damn bag for? Oh, I remember. Did it not start? Penny, go. What do you want? What do you want? Hey, Thelma. Hey, Monica on YouTube. What? What? And there was Lonnie the whole time. Ain't pay no mind. Oh, wait. Hold on. I gotta do these settings. Hold on. The audio. Okay. Let me see if you guys can hear me. Hold on, guys. Okay. Checking my settings. Me. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Me, 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 me. Y'all can hear me? Hold on, guys. Oh, you can hear me? Okay. Oops. Why do I always have technical difficulties? Well, let me stop throwing that in the universe. That's why I be having technical difficulties. Because I be saying I be having technical difficulties. You don't get what you want. Get what you focus on. Anyway. Hey. I am good, Thelma. Hello, Monica. I don't have to scream. Remind me when I'm raising my voice because I got my mic. Anyway, hey guys, it's been a minute. Hey, Kimmy Kim, honey child, sister girl. Hey, Cheryl Creek, honey child, sister girl. Serena Ziva, all of y'all, honey child, sister girls. Hey, Garetha. Thelma's on, yeah. Oh, Thelma's here on YouTube. Hi, Jerry on YouTube. Hey, Sharon, honey child, how are you? Tonette, Tina, Alberta, Beverly, Faye, Lois, Denise. 11:15. Oh, you can hear me now. Hi, Susan, Sylvia. I am feeling better today. Yesterday was a hard day for me. It was a rough day emotionally, spiritually. I couldn't get myself aligned in the right way with the right kind of energy. I was really on the down spectrum of energy yesterday. So when I say I don't feel good, it's not like a physical sickness, it's a spiritual sickness, if you know what I mean. It's a spiritual sickness. It's me not being able to align myself, me not being able to smile a lot, genuinely, just be getting myself in a happy space. And when I get that way, I have to retract, fall back from everybody, and I meditate. I try to focus my thoughts and my attentions on the things that I want to manifest, because I don't want to manifest anything bad. And if it's too hard for me to even do that, then I'll just go and either watch TV to get my mind off of myself. But instead of doing that yesterday I worked on my website. I had to do a lot of SEO, search engine optimization, that optimizes your website on Google and also YouTube. So I focused on doing a lot of that, and I focused on um getting all of my books, like the two books that I'm launching. One of them is definitely up for pre-launch now. I mean, up for launch now, and it's actually available for pre-order. And I'll get to that in a minute. But I had to link all the payout accounts for that. I had to do everything to promote and to do the email campaign in regards to my book. Hold on a minute. Yeah. So I had to do that so that way I can send out my email campaign so everyone can order, and also so everyone can I had to set up all the payment stuff on that website, because up till now I haven't had anything payment on that website. I didn't have to have my e-commerce set up on it. I have my e-commerce on my coaching website, of course, but not on the book website. um which, by the way, hold on, I am going to put in here in the link. I'm gonna put the link in the chat for my website so you guys can go ahead and pre-order the book. Oh, Lisa's here. Hey, Lisa, how you doing, honey? Helen, Charlotte, Clara. Hey, Angelic Angela, how are you? Let me go and put that also in here. And I'll get to that more. I'll get more. I just really came on to chat with you guys because I haven't been on in a minute. I have been on YouTube though. You guys know that we've all moved over to YouTube for the most part. So yeah. And let me just check out my yeah. So how you guys doing? How's everything going? I don't know if you guys have. Hey, Rick, how are you? I don't know if you guys have seen my post that I had on Facebook about dedicating my Testament of a Love Song to my wife, that poem that I have wrote years ago. And I kind of just edited it and reposted it the other day for Pride Month. That's good, Emma. So I've been getting a lot of feedback with that. First of all, a lot of people are appreciative of it because it really does explain who I am and who my wife and I are to each other, and why I chose why I chose the woman that I chose in that masculine energy that she is. So it really does give you a good insight about feminine and masculine energy. Yes, I know you did, Angela. Um, but a lot of, and I get it. A lot of people disagree, with the lifestyle. A lot of people, I had quite a few people come to me, well, not come to me, but in that particular um testament that I wrote to my wife, about God and how he's not pleased and how I need to repent and all this other stuff. So it's always interesting, but I expect that. My wife and I have lived that, our whole lives. Well, my wife, her whole life, I've been in this lifestyle for 28 years. I haven't straddled the fence at all. So we're used to stuff like that. We're definitely used to it. I loved your past. It was very touching. Oh, your post is very touching. It gave me some. Yeah, isn't it informative? Because people really don't like to talk about stuff like that. They damn sure don't like to ask about it. It's really interesting, and it's hard to articulate, that, because the first thing people come to is, if that's, and I said it in the testament, you know if you're going to be a woman that hard, why not just get a man? You know what I'm saying? And that not only comes from people on this side, on the heterosexual side. This side, I'm not even on that side. On the heterosexual side, but that's mainly, believe it or not, LGBT. There's a lot of prejudices within that community, a lot of prejudices, and they say the same thing. And a lot of women, a lot of feminine women, who I have run across, I mean, they have an attraction towards a woman in a masculine energy, but they wouldn't dare touch a woman in a masculine energy because of the stigma that it brings to them. When you're with a woman of with that kind of energy in her, you have to be extremely careful where you go. You can't just travel anywhere. You know what I mean? You have to always be on the lookout for things. So it can be a dangerous life to be in this lifestyle, as well as it is for men. I'm doing great, Garetha. Thank you for asking. Hey, my YouTube fam. Um, Carmen Nicholson said you explained it beautifully when someone say if you get a masculine presenting woman, why not get a man? I love that. Right. You said because at the end of the day, she is still a woman. Right. As a straight woman, this is the first time I heard it said so well. Wow. See, it's all about understanding. It's all about understanding, wisdom. Knowledge is power. Right. Because that's what it is. You know, I have children, so clearly I had a man, but I love women. And believe it or not, I've always dated masculine centered women just like her. Not that I had a whole lot, but the few that I did had, they were very masculine, and they all identified as women. None of them thought they were a man. None of them walked around with a piece poking out in their damn pants. None of them, desired any kind of male parts or thought they was a man in any kind of way. They was just comfortable in their being. Love your honesty, your openness helps others. Thank you. Right. My wife says she can't even use the bathroom in peace. She gets chased out of all kinds of bathrooms. She gets chased out of bathrooms. She tries not to go to public bathrooms at all. At all. The woman be like, "This is a ladies' room," and she'll pull up her shirt. I am a lady. Well, not a lady, a woman, a female. Not in all cases. I'm exaggerating, but it has happened before where she had to lift up her shirt, just to get a point across. Like, and when look, and when people and when the women, the cleaning women, or anybody ask her about the bathroom, like they'll say, this is the woman's room. The men's bathroom is over there. She goes, well, maybe you should go over there then. Oh gosh. Your post has been great and it helped me even more, although I accepted my granddaughter, but it helped me to have a better conversation with her. Right. Right. And you know what? Even if she does not, even if she does not date a woman of the masculine spectrum, it's still a way to relate. You know what I mean? It's still a way to relate. Yeah, that's really big. That's really big, Thelma. Yeah, so a lot of people think that, that it's going to be like, they have all these stigmas and all these false narratives about lesbian relationships. You know how many narratives we hear all the time. If you're a gay man, you're a pervert, and you're a child molester. I know people who honestly believe that the majority of child molesters are gay men. That's crazy. That's crazy insane. They put that type of stigma on men, for that. And trust me, that's very, very prevalent right now. A lot of people think that. Um, a lot of people think that gay men who are, of the feminine nature, who operate in the feminine energy, want so badly to be women. And that's just not the case. That's just not the case. If you want if you want to be a woman, then you identify as a woman. Now, there are some people who are of a masculine and feminine energy in the opposite body. Well, I don't even know. I should be saying opposite body, but there's women who are, masculine centered women and feminine centered men who, you know, they they don't like their gender and they believe that they're trapped in the wrong body. I had a best friend like that. And I say had because as she got older, she kind of changed her mind. But she literally hated her body. She hated her boobs. She hated her private parts. She hated everything about her body. She hated her monthly cycle. She hated every damn thing. And she really felt like she was a dude trapped in a woman's body. And that's what a lot of those transgenders be feeling. That's why they go to the switch over. It's not that they want to be a man, it's just that they feel like they are men already. Oh, thank you, Penny. How are you? Hey, Crystal. Cindy said, that's what people said about my nephew, and he is the kindest soul you can ever meet. Yeah, absolutely. And the reason why a lot of gay people, most gay people are they say we're the nicest people on the planet is because, we face a lot of adversity, a lot of challenges, a lot of division, and our rights is, we just got rights to get married 6 years ago. 7 years ago they just opened that up, or was it like seven, like between six and 7 years ago, you know so we go through a lot of challenges and everything like that, so we can relate. And it's one of the reasons why I don't judge anyone. Try not to judge anyone, put it that way. Catholic priest mess with little boy. You got that right. You got that right. And you know what? And it's so that stigma, how it's attached. It's like just because a man is gay doesn't make him a pervert. Him being gay only means that he's attracted to other men. It doesn't make his sex drive exacerbated, to the point where he just wants to get anything with an opening. You know what I'm saying? Good afternoon, Vedette. Well, good morning. Catherine. That's a good one right there because it's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. People do believe that. I don't mean that statement is true. I mean that statement that you believe that people do believe that if you have gay parents that the parents are good, that the children are going to turn out gay. That is so not true. None of my children are gay. Not my son and not my daughters. None of them are gay. Okay. And here's the thing. There is enough examples in this world to give anyone an idea of how life is because it's a variety, right? So even if, I mean, and I would think this is possible only if, and this is only probable only if this scenario existed where, you have the two women or the two men and they raise children in an isolated area, homeschool them, everything. In other words, they're on their own island, but even then, I don't think that would entice a child to become gay because We are spiritual beings, which means we are energy. You guys know where I'm going with this. Energy is expanding. It has to expand, right? And our curiosity is what keeps us moving in this world forward. That's why we walk forward, right? So even if that was the case, that's one of those children will, those children will find a way off that island to go and explore the world, and they will see other ways of being, because even before that, they still have questions. How was we born? You know what I mean? So, but yeah, people assume that, and that is absolutely not true. And that's another question that I typically get. Hold on, because I think Darnell is on here. I think somebody saw him on here. Hey, oh, Darnell is on here. Hey, Darnell, how y'all doing? How you doing, Darnell? For those of you who have been living under a rock, please follow We Can All Do Better on Facebook and YouTube, and also Feeding Souls of Chef and Tay, and all the other pages that's out there in regards to Chef Carmen. But people absolutely believe that, and I had questions when I posted that post the other day. There's some questions in there if you guys read some of the comments, and I had to actually delete some comments too, because some people were very, very rude. Some, I'm going to hell, my wife is going to hell, but they asked me, how do I explain it to children? And so my answer to that was, you don't explain it to children. You know, my children have grown up with me being this way their whole life. My son is the only one that had an experience up until he was 3 years old of seeing me with a guy, you know, his father. He was the only one. My daughters have never experienced that. Even though their father has been very, very present from the time that they were born up until now. He's my best friend. But they have never experienced me in a relationship with any man. Any man. My son was the only one that saw that, and he was very, very young. He was still a child, a baby, when he saw that. Not a baby, but 3 years old, 4 years old. So so they haven't experienced that. And I think my son also saw us. But anyway, for the most part, they have not experienced that. So kids don't miss what they don't have, right? And then there's no right way to explain something like that. Even with the biscuit, because of the masculine, because of how masculine Lonnie is, how masculine Lonnie is. Growing up, man, he'd look at her and say, Weenie, because he calls her Weenie and not Lonnie, Weenie. That's short for Lonnie. And he says, are you a girl? So then why do you look like a boy? And he was confused a lot growing up. So she would try to explain it to him. I said, babe, just don't explain it to him, right? Um, Now he understands more, but he still doesn't understand our lifestyle. Because number one, we don't do much in front of him, much of anything except be a family, right? We're a family. Okay. And so I think that's the balance. Like, you can't do, don't confuse them. And they're not really confused because that's all they know. But no matter what it is, you still should be kind of, laid back when it comes to intimate parts of your relationship. So my kids have never, they've only seen me as a lesbian woman. And so that's all they know. That's all they know for me. But of course, they went to school. They know what a family looks like. As they got older, they know what a heterosexual couple in a marriage look like. They know how children are born. And so then they go out and they make decisions for themselves. So it doesn't influence them to become gay. It doesn't. Darnell says, hey, Matrice. Darnell says, I find the straight uncles be the ones molested. Yes. Yes. Them straight uncles or them straight family friends. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But they put that stigma on gay men, and that's just insane. That's just insane. Africa Spearman. Let me see what Africa Spearman is saying. Can't find it. But Carmen said they say men in dresses molest children. Maybe they are speaking of so-called priests. Uh-huh. And not the trans and drag community. And that's another thing. That's a whole new spectrum, you know? That's a whole new spectrum. You know, believe it or not, drag community, a lot of those men in drag in those drag shows are straight. They really are. You'd be surprised. Those are straight men who are married to women. They're just living out their alter ego. And people associate drag as gay. Drag is not always gay. And I had to learn that. And I've been to a lot of drag shows and I know drag men. A lot of them are not gay. They are straight. And you talking about having questions? I had a bunch of questions because these are straight men who have wives, and I want to know, how do their wife accept them and trust that they're not gay? You know what I mean? Because they're dressing and dragging, they're walking and they're doing all this and they're packing and all this other stuff. They are seriously straight and they're not living in denial either. A lot of people say, oh, well, they're living in denial, they're self-deceived. They're not. They're not. They know exactly who they are. They know exactly who they are, you know? And again, trans is just a person feeling like they're in the wrong body. If a person's going to transition, they feel like they're in the wrong body. They identify closely with that masculine energy. So you have my wife who don't identify with masculine energy. She just happened to be masculine energy in the female body, right? She's a woman operating on the masculine side of things, right? But she's not trapped in the wrong body. She completely accepts herself as a woman. In fact, she loves everything about her body. And in fact, you guys already know, she sees herself as a woman. Like in the mirror, she thinks she looks like a woman, which is I have to laugh at that because I'll be cracking up every time. I'm like, babe, my wife is drag. If you look at it, my wife is given drag. Think about it. My wife gives drag. I think drag is anything when you are a gender, and now if I'm dressing up as a man, that's kind of, I mean, that's what the term drag is. It's like, dressing as. And my wife, but except not only is she drag, she looks drag, right? But that's her natural energy. That's what she loves. That's what she's comfortable in. But she still thinks she looks like a girl, and I see the girl in her, but America don't agree. Hello, Eugene. Yeah, and they're trying to take it away now again. Delma said, I had one, Darnell, but I was a tomboy, and as a kid I kept him off me. I could fight like a man. Oh, see, woo, I'm gonna be a tomboy in my next life, being able to fight like a daggone dude. Mess people up. Let me stop. Got some serious he made it illegal. You mean legal? What? Oh, that's what y'all talking about with this? Lord have mercy. Africa, where'd you get that from? Yeah, isn't that crazy? That's why Thelma said, please educate yourself. Perspectives are everything, guys. Huh? He said Obama made gay marriage illegal. Hold on, honey. She's over back there yelling. What did he say? Hold on. She's in there yelling. CC Cunningham says, I don't understand how you women been married to opposite sex and then realize that you are gay. I was not married to an opposite sex. Opposite sex. Look, opposite sex. Opera success. I was not married, but it doesn't matter whether you're legally married or not. That doesn't matter. And my wife has been this way since she was born. If I show you her baby picture, she looked like a little boy. Sorry, honey. She looked like a little boy. As a little girl, as a baby, she was a little boy. When she was 6, she was a little boy. It was no way she was growing up feminine. It was just absolutely no way. Now she was always good looking, even when she was in the army and she had the long hair and all these curls in her hair. Even then you can tell that something was a little bit to the left. Okay. But Cece, life is about self-discovery. And people change, just like people change husbands and change wives and change boyfriends and change girlfriends. They change from wearing pants to wearing dresses. People change from wearing short hair to long hair, straight hair to curly hair. We are here on a path of self-discovery. Our energy expands and we change. I am not the same person I was 5 years ago. And back then, 28 years ago, when I decided to not be with my child's father and I knew exactly what I wanted to do, okay, I made a choice and I've been here ever since. So it's about self-discovery. And this is not an ignorant question. Actually, it's a good question because there's a lot of people out there in TV land just like you. Look, TV land, I'm going back to Mr. Rogers. You got to be a certain age to understand that joke. Just like you, right? And so here's the thing, okay? Most people have been brought up to believe that it's only supposed to be a man and a woman, and that's it. So no one, especially way back then, is going to defy their family and go against their ancestors, their grandparents, their parents, and step out and do what they want to do. Secondly, you got to remember, LGBT community was a hidden group of people. In military days, do you know my wife? My wife couldn't be herself there. She could be herself, but she couldn't let anybody know she was being herself. She had to be herself in Korea, in them countries, and even then she was in underground clubs because it was not accepted even in the military. She was in the military where it was where it was don't ask, don't tell. That was the law. Don't ask a person if they're gay and don't tell nobody that you're gay, because before that you was daggone, it was illegal to be gay. You get kicked out of the military. In the streets, you'll be unalived. You'll be beheaded, all kinds of stuff. So when you say come out, like it wasn't even a thing to do back then. And not that it was a thing to do, you couldn't do it back then. There is this couple, and I forgot the name of that movie that my wife and I was telling you guys to watch with this married couple. They got married at 80 something years old. These two women, they were in the military. Well, actually not the military. They were in the first, they were the first women to play, what is it, soccer? Baseball. The first woman to play baseball back in the 20s. And they were best friends and they could not expose their love. And so they lived together from then all the way to the time that they died. One of them died, which was almost 90 years old. At 80 years old, when it was legal to become to get married, they got married. At 80 something years old, dementia and all, one of them had, and it was a masculine centered woman with a feminine centered woman, and they never told their family. They actually came out. In that movie, they came out. It's on Netflix. They came out at 80 something years old and said, we're not really best friends. We're not really aunties. We're not your aunties, but we are in love and we are together. And we have been together for 70 years. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't popular then to come out. So if you see people coming out, it's because you got to tread lightly when you're trying to come out, especially if you come out with from religious family. So it's not so simple to just go psh, psh. Now I went psh, psh, because what I did was how I came out. I brought my first masculine girlfriend to my family reunion. Nobody had a warning. I just brought it to the family reunion and said, like it or love it. And they all accepted me. They didn't ask no questions. They didn't say, when did this happen? Nothing. Because I have the type of family that's loving and accepting, non-judgmental, even though a lot of them are religion. But I have a few different, spiritual. I have Masons in my family. I have Muslims in my family, and I have Catholic. I mean, I'm not Catholics, Baptists in my family. But I came out at a time where it was already out there. So to answer your question, it's not realizing that you're gay. Okay. Well, actually, it is realizing that you're gay. You have to try something to know that you don't want something. You see what I'm saying? So in order for me to know that I wanted women, I have to know that I didn't want any man. And I know I didn't. Was never comfortable sexually with a guy. That was not my cup of tea. But that's the way I was raised, so that's what I did first. Anyway. Crystal says, I first met my client 30 years ago who identified as trans and who was the youngest in the program. He had HIV/AIDS but died at the age of 21 from hepatitis C. Yeah. So I said, it is in the Bible that it's okay for same sex. Is it in the Bible same sex to get married? Is it just a law Obama made? Just asking. That's a hard question for you to the answer is going to be hard for you to understand because you're still stuck in that. First of all, the Bible was written over 2,000 years ago, probably 3,000 by now, because since I was a baby, I've been hearing 2,000 years ago. Hasn't time progressed since then? Anyway, civilization have expanded since then. So where's our 2 cents? If the world has evolved, how did the Bible not evolve? If you're thinking about Leviticus, where it says a man shall not be with a man as one is with a woman, all that, and or else, all of those 162 laws that's in Leviticus. It also says if a child disobeys his mother, stone him to death. So if you're going to go by one, you have to go by the other. Did you stone your child to death for dishonoring you? You know what I'm saying? Laws are put in place in the Bible for a reason. I'm not discounting the Bible. I think the Bible has its place. Just like I think church has its place. Church is a good start. The Bible is a good start. But life goes on and you have to learn from everything, and people evolve. So we're not living in caves back then either. So if you're going to go by that, you're going to you're only setting limitations for yourself, not me, because I'm free. You're setting limitations for yourself. And as long as you set limitations for yourself, you can never live authentically. So if you're going to go by just what a Bible says, not to say that there's not any truth in that, but you have to understand how to read the Bible and all that other stuff. And I know the Bible from the rooter to the tutor, and I'm not religious. But you have to understand it. You know what I mean? And and the Bible has its place, and you have to understand. You have surface word in the Bible, and then you have the milk. Surface word is the milk, as Jesus explained it. You're a baby, you need milk. So let me just give you this surface, thou shalt not. And then you have the meat of the Bible when you start doing cross references from the New Testament, the Vasa, and all of this stuff, and seeing how everything aligned, and knowing the purpose of it, and knowing that most of them are parables. Parables. So look up what a parable is and you'll understand what I'm saying. So I don't find this question either disrespectful at all. It's an honest question. Okay? It's an honest question. I hope that answered your question though. Woo, Lord. Hey, Kay. That's what I mean. That's fine. There's no such thing as a mean question when it comes to this, because people, we have all been raised with certain mindsets. So one of my common themes one of my common phrases that I like to say, and I don't usually curse. Sometimes I use the S-bomb. Unlearn that ish. Whatever you unlearn. Whatever you have learned in the past, everything that you have been taught to believe, unlearn it, and then start discovering life for yourself. Start seeing if things make sense. You know how your grandparents said, "Oh well, when you have questions about God or you have questions about something, don't question God. Why not? If He's my creator, my Father, why not?" See, that's where I got stuck at. That's where everybody lost me at. Don't question God. Are you kidding me? So if I'm not supposed to question Him and He created me, then why did He create me with a mind to question? Answer that for me. And when you come with that answer, then maybe I'll consider not questioning Him. But until then, this is my mind. No, you can't tell me not to question someone or question my higher power. If He didn't want me to question Him, then He wouldn't give me the ability to form a question. See, that's how I look at stuff. Hey, Penny. Everyone is doing well, Penny. I hope you're doing well too. Dalma said, "I'm a rebel, and whatever makes you happy, then go for it. I'm not gay, but if I were, I would be hell." I've always been a nonconformist, a non-compliant. Even when I was a little child, I have always been different. I always thought differently in my head, and it wasn't because I was gay, because back then I wasn't. I was always on a journey of my own. I had 5 siblings. I had a lot of family that I grew up with, and I was always different. And anybody in my family would tell you how different I was. I was different. My mindset was different. I thought different, and I tested everybody, and I questioned everything. Yeah. No, I just deleted that. Sitting at a jury and I caught a live. Happy Thursday, everyone. Oh, happy Thursday. You sitting at a jury? All right. Mm-hmm. Latoya Middleton said, "So if the same sex can sleep together, that means if no one goes by the Bible, it's okay to sleep with one another's husbands and wife." Well, here's the thing about that, Latoya, and clearly common sense is not so daggone common, but I see where you're coming from with that because you have not expanded your thinking. You have been trapped in the twilight zone of everyone else's idea of who you're supposed to be. You have to find yourself and be more authentic and live your own truth. With that being said, okay, and actually, Latoya, I'm just being a little bit facetious. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but this is strange right here. But I'm going to answer you for the sake of you probably really not knowing, and I'm guessing that you don't know because that's why you asked this question. All right. Who I sleep with don't hurt no one. When I sleep with my wife, it doesn't hurt anybody. My wife don't have another wife. She doesn't have a husband. She doesn't have anyone that is hurting. I don't have anyone that is hurting. When you decide to sleep with someone else's partner, then you are hurting someone, then you are destroying someone. And not only you, but the person who's involved in it. So, to answer your question, before you come with another question like that, the best mindset that you can have when it comes to that is this. If it hurts someone, then it's wrong. If it doesn't hurt anyone, okay? That's just like saying, "Oh, if it's not in the Bible that you can't unalive nobody, let's just go around unaliving people." Surely you don't think that, right? Right? So don't go around hurting people, child. That's the answer. I'm gonna say that was absolutely beautiful. My friends and I would go to the gay clubs because they were more fun. Hell yeah, they're more fun. I have a cousin, and when I used to hang out in the gay clubs, he used to be in the gay. I saw, and I hang out in lesbian clubs, right? All women, okay? Because men, them, and I even went to gay bars, men's gay bars, because they was fun to watch and fun to to watch dance and fun to hang around. But I remember seeing my cousin, my straight cousin guy, in a lesbian club called Lover Girls in New York City. And I was so shocked. I was like, "Are you in the life?" He said, "No." I said, "Why are you here?" He said, "I'm not stupid. Why would I be in a man? Why would I be in a straight club when I could be here with all the women?" I was like, "That's brilliant." He said, "Why would I want to party with men when I could party with all these women and I have no man around? I'm the only man. I'm sure there's some straight women in here." I was like, "You go, boy." Women with women is wrong to you. And because it's wrong to you, you make sure you don't do it. But you better hope you don't have no hidden desires, because, if you're going by the Bible, the Bible says it's not what comes out of a man's mouth, it's what's in his heart. Okay. So if you have already if you have already sinned in your heart, you have already sinned through the mouth. If you have already unalived in the heart, you have already unalived somebody. So no, that's wrong to you. And I always say, that's what judgment. That's that judgment crap. You got to be careful with that. Okay, just because you don't believe in something doesn't mean that it's wrong. And you guys have to stop believing your own thoughts. Just because you think things don't mean that everything you think is true. Stop believing your own thoughts. If you think about it and you just take a moment to meditate, you'll see all these different thoughts running through your mind, and half of them are not even true. There's just things that you have picked up and observed from the daggone environment that you never even analyze, or even taking the time to consider whether they're your thoughts or somebody else's thoughts. Perspectives have the power to put you in hell or heaven. We create our own hell or heaven. Now, proof in the pudding. Because you think it's wrong, anytime you see, I just wanted to send you a message quickly. Anytime you see the LGBT community, especially in large groups rallying together, you're going to form some kind of discomfort, unrest in your heart. And you know what that does? That releases cortisone, all these chemicals that go against your body. And then things start happening in your body. That's how people get sick, by the way. So the key to life is to try to create as many great experiences as you can, so that way you can always be happy and you won't always have this bad experience, because you're the one who's causing these uncomfortable feelings within yourself. You're the one who comes up with these judgments. "Oh, what you're doing is wrong. Oh, what you're doing is wrong. Oh, what you're doing is wrong." How much energy goes into feeling a sense of wrong when it comes to someone else's life? That energy doesn't serve you. It works against you in your biology. So you think it's just affecting your head, but what goes on your head goes on manifests in your body. That's a toxic chemical release going in your body, and it causes you temporary stress. Believe it or not, that's why they say stress is the silent killer, because it does a lot of things to your internal environment. You know. So the best way to rephrase that, Carolyn, is to say, I wouldn't date women because I don't believe in it. But don't put that judgment on somebody else, because what I eat don't make you fat, child. Respectfully. Hey, Tonette. You the judge, God. My God. Oh, Lord, these people. When reading the Bible, it helps to look at why, where, what, when, and how the scripture relates. It's good. That's good, Daphne. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you can't just say it's the Bible way or no way, because you have to learn how to read the Bible. You know what I mean? A lot of my perspectives come from the Bible. You know, if you have to think about Jesus, I don't think Jesus was God. I think we all are God in some sense, you know. And I think Jesus and I, Jesus actually existed on the earth. I think Jesus is a metaphor. But if Jesus is not a metaphor, I'm equally 100% just like Jesus, because Jesus said it himself. He says, I am in you, you are in me, I am in my Father. And if my Father's in me, then my Father's in you, and we are all in one. All of those things, right? So my freedom comes from how I perceive the Bible. Partly, partly, partly. You got 4 parts. That was one part. That was my first release of freedom, spiritual freedom. I believe both. Did God give us the ability to question or the ability to choose? Both. Because first of all, we are God in a sense. We're guardians. We're made in the likeness and the image of God. And I totally believe that. And until everybody accepts that, they're going to always think that they're separated from God and God is over here and they're over here. No, God created the earths. God said and he so. I mean, God said and it was. We say and it is. He created the universes. We create the things in our world. We are just as creative. We are spiritual beings. We are energetic beings. God is not a person with feelings, with a wee wee or a pee pee or some boobs and sit up there in his emotions. Emotions are language of the body. And God does not have a body because God is super energetic, super spirit, masculine, and masculine spirit. Spirit have feminine and masculine energy, by the way, when it comes to God. Okay. But energy, awareness, consciousness, that's energy. There is no there's no gender specific and there's no emotions attached. So when people say, oh, God is not pleased, that's assuming that God has emotions. But how can God have emotions when God don't have a body? You can't have emotions without a body. When we become emotional, we feel it in our bodies, right? When we think about sex, where do we feel it at? Down below, right? Not in the spiritual realm, and down below, okay? When we feel pain, we feel it here unless we're feeling some kind of emotional pain, and emotional pain still manifests in our body because it controls all of our senses and all of our glands and all of our organs. So we all have the ability to question and to choose. We came down here to question and to choose, to question which path we're going to go, left or right. And then we have to choose one, left or right. Is either one of them right or wrong? No, they're both equally good, because whether one have leads you towards a bad experience in life, and that bad experience is a lesson. And if it's a lesson, and if for you to learn, then you've gotten something good. And as long as you got something good out of a bad thing, that means that it's no longer bad. That means that it's good. It was necessary for you to learn. So that's my answer to that. And Mac, you should be questioning everything. The reason why we're here believing what we believe right now is because we don't question Jack Dilly Squad. Thank you, Delma, for the super chat. I mean, for the I don't know how to read those on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube. I think it's a chat or something. But whatever it is, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, the reason why we are who we are right now is because half of us didn't question nothing. We just accepted what our ancestors and our parents said, and they said, "Here's a Bible. Live by that," and that's it. And if you dare question, if you don't understand anything, don't question. Just go ahead and live it and you'll be fine. No, I'm questioning everything. But why? But why? But why? But why? But why? I was that why child. I've always questioned everything. And guys, I know I'm kind of delayed in my comments. I don't usually say much. I am not against gays. I love some people who are gay, but I was taught that God created us to multiply. Now a man and a man cannot, and a woman cannot. So to me, that means God didn't mean for it to be unique fitness. Same sex couples. Just my opinion. Am I right? Well, you're right in having your opinion about that, and your walk in life has led you to believe that. So I wouldn't say that you're wrong in your belief. It's just not true for me. Okay. And let me explain to you why. Because number one, not every person is here to have children. You have to think about that. So if you're going to go by, so if you're going to go by what you're saying here, by saying God created all of us to multiply, how come some of us can't multiply? That means that every single woman should be able to multiply. Every single woman, no one should be having a miscarriage or an abortion or anything, right? Well, not an abortion, but a miscarriage, right? You know how many women cannot get pregnant? So if we go by that alone, then that discounts that theory, okay? Because there are plenty of women who are unable to bear children, okay? Just like some men cannot bear children. I haven't really seen any, but I'm sure that there is. I can't just say that there isn't. But regardless of what, look how many orphan children are in the world. Look how many children are in the world that need a home. Look how many foster systems are in this country and around the world. So, since we're not taking on any extra children, who's going to take care of those children? So there are same-sex couples. Of course, we don't have the tools to get to impregnate each other, but we can adopt a child. So that's my answer for that. I mean, if we just go by your theory, then there's just an overpopulation of extra children in the world that God just left displaced. And for me, God is perfect, and he did everything perfect and made everything perfect, and all things work together for good. I think God uses all of us, every part of us, every part of this life, good, bad, and indifferent. He uses all of it. Penny said, love is love. This world is loveless, especially these days. But all that being said, should we be grateful that people are just able to love one another? Love is love. Thank you, Penny Wanny. We are not in a Bible study, so let's leave the Bible scripture and God all out of this. I know it, child. Ain't that right? But you know what? I give people freedom to speak. It's good. It's all right. One more question, Lena. So you was not sexually satisfied with men in your past. So that's what made you realize you're like, well, no. That's not what made me realize it. I think intrinsically I have always loved girls to some degree. I remember being a little girl being attracted to girls. So I think it's a collection of things. I wouldn't necessarily speak about them on these things, but I think it's a collective of things. You know what I mean? And when it comes to not really being sexually into men, I think that when it comes to that, there's a lot outside of our country and a couple other countries where marriages are arranged. I don't think sexual satisfaction is even considered in that equation, you know, because according to most of the world, you are there to just procreate. You're not there to be having all sexual satisfaction. I know the Islamic nation, not Islamic, yeah, Middle East and all of them, you cannot dare have sex for pleasure. All their pleasurable places are underground where, it's like a black market where you can go and drink and just, maybe have sex freely. But in them countries, if you start having sex for pleasure, you can be unalived real quick. So that wouldn't be it. But I think it's a collection of things. I have my story with it, and one day I'll give you guys my story. Hmm. Oh, it was a super sticker. Thank you. Debbie said, "Thank God, Carolyn. Thank God you don't have a heaven and hell to place to place anyone in. Let's look at your closet, and see if God's pleased with you." Right? We all have something. Oh, thank you, Tonette. I've been on YouTube. I wish you guys subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe to my page on YouTube. Nicole, hey Nicole, honey child, sister girl. I'm just going. Say this. Stop being stupid and ignorant. What someone's sexual preference are, it's none of your business, nor is it the right to disrespect them or go out of their way to hurt them. Mind your effing business and stay in your place. Worry about these damn pedophiles that are destroying these children. Go march against That I'm sick of. Oh God. Thank you for that, Nicole. Woo! Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Only God can judge. I would rather have a gay person or for a friend or than a straight person because gay people are not petty and they are the best friends you can have. I am what society call a straight person. All right, all right. We have our preferences. Hey, Vera, honey child, sister girl. Oh Lord. Did y'all see where Muffin Pastor put her boys out of church because they dress feminine? No, I didn't see that. I don't even follow her, but wow. Again, that's why churches of y'all want to look at the Bible. The Bible says it'll come a time in David, and not in David, in Daniel's, the book of Daniel's, come a time where you are to flee the churches. Do not take anything with you. But for you guys who go to church, I'm not saying don't go. It's a good start, but you shouldn't just stay there. You should move on and expand and act like you learned something and start coming up with your own judgments as well. But I don't put anybody down that goes to church. I mean, thank God you're doing something, damn it. Believing in something. People need to stop judging, live and let live. My motto, plain and simple. Hello. Hmm. I don't judge no one because I can't. Right. That's why I don't. Child, we all have to meet a higher power and our expiration date. My sister gay, I still love her. We all humans. We just have to wait until judgment day comes. I don't, and you know what? For you, I guess that's good. To me, it is no judgment day. There's no judgment day. You know why I don't think there's a judgment day? Because energy cannot end. God is consciousness, God is awareness, God is energy, and so are we. We just have a physical body on this earth, and this physical body is temporal, which means that it only lasts a certain amount of time. But once this physical body is over, we only have a spirit, and there's no judgment for a spirit because you can't be in hell with a spirit because energy does not burn in hell. Okay, a body may burn in hell, but energy does not burn in hell. So that really doesn't make any sense. But I hear what you're saying, though. I get it. I get it. It's just that judgment day part that gets me. But that's your thing. That's your thing. You're entitled to have your beliefs about that. I applaud you for having your beliefs about that. But judgment day, I'm not waiting for no judgment day. I'm waiting to close my eyes and wake back up here because I want to come back. I believe in reincarnation, not judgment. But thank you for that. I appreciate your feedback with that. It's just some men and women who should not procreate at all. Hello. You got that right. Oh, child. You said a word. That just hit. That just hit, child. Hey, y'all. Keisha and Darlene and everybody. Cece. Nicole, Lena have open forum. We can speak, ask a question. When we ask a question and it's not how you feel, then you want to attack that person. Can we be nice to everyone? Yeah, we should be nice. Hello, Barbara, Leona. Love me some '08. Hello. Yeah, but I don't believe in judgment either. And I have good reason. And guys, it's all in my book. See, back to my book. Back to my book. Matter of fact, hold on a minute, guys. I just want to show y'all something. I just want to show y'all something. That's it. Mhm. You go to my website. It's Life, Death by Design. My books are available for pre-order. This book has been, I am supposed to have launched this book a year and a half ago, and I did not. This book has always been here. Okay. This one is available for pre-order. All right. This book right here have so much of what I'm talking about in it that it will blow you guys' mind. Now, I've been promoting lately this book, Suicide in the Soul. This one is coming soon. You guys, if you go to my website, Life, Death by Design, as a matter of fact, Let me put that in. Hold on. Um, it tells you this is a new release. It's coming out soon. All right. Gives you everything. You get on the list, be the first to know. Okay. Who do you think you are? God, me? Yes. Anyway, y'all go through all of that. But in any case, in order to get this book right here, you're going to go to find out more. This takes you to the page, my book, pre-sale orders right now. Gives you an introduction to the book, gives you a bio, and you can buy it. Now it's a pre-order. So the book is currently in production. It's a limited edition, as you can see. When you go here, add to cart. It says buy with GPay. Don't worry about it. Oops. What happened here? Add to cart. I hope it's not a glitch. Oh, and then here you go. Oh, I have 2 in here. And then you just go ahead and you check out. The book is only $24.99. You give all your information, and once the book is done with production, then you guys will receive your book. Okay. All right. I also have on here my podcast, which will give you guys a good idea of what I'm talking about in Suicide in the Soul, the contract, the drama of life, um, soul contracts with family, friends, self-development, reincarnation in the life selection process, life and death by design. I have a few full podcasts up. I should have had way more, but I've been getting lazy. Okay. And then if you guys go to my blog, you will see all the stuff that I write, which will also give you an idea about how I think of what's in my head. All right. This is what happens when the final call arrives. When you click on stuff like that, then you'll get the whole entire blog. So I put the link in the chat. Mm. Thank you so much. Yes. So it is the book is available for pre-sale. And if you guys look at that, and like when I had clicked on continue or read more, it'll tell you everything about it. This book is so mind-blowing. I've been working on it for a few years. It's so mind-blowing. It's my perspective, of course, and for me it makes sense, and it comes from a deeper place. You guys know I study human and spiritual psychology. I look at life through from a metaphysical perspective, and this book explains all. It explains the pre-life process before we even got to this earth. You guys, some people don't even think about that. They just think that we just end up here, born here, and that's it, or God just placed us here. No, we have a journey. We had a contract. That's why that book is called The Contract: Life and Death by Design. That means that we planned everything before we got here. So that book explains everything about the pre-life process, the spiritual contracts that we made with certain people, good, bad, or different. It explains everything. It explains how we were born into this world, why we were born into this world, the purposes of our lives, gender dysmorphia, female masculinity, the meaning behind that, masculine femininity, the meaning behind that. It explains why we choose the bodies we have. And I'm talking about people that are born with physical disabilities in the most severe cases. Okay. I give my perspective on that because nothing in life is an accident. We all planned it. And did a child plan and did people plan their disabilities? Yes. But in order for you guys to understand that, you have to read my book and see where I'm coming from with that. Because I know you guys are like, but no, it's an accident. No, not anything is an accident. There is no accidents in this world. So it's just a lot. It's just a lot. I have peace though. You pray for your peace. Okay. Well, you should. You should. And you know what? You don't only pray for it because guess what? Peace doesn't come from the sky. Peace is acquired, and it's acquired through perspectives. See, once you start changing your perspective, that's your peace or your hell. Okay. Your perspective about life, you can look at news all day long and be like, the sky is falling, the world is going to crap. I don't look at news at all. So, from my perspective, the world is getting better. From my perspective, although there's a lot of evil in this world, there's more good than evil. But you wouldn't know that unless you're mainly looking at the bad side of life. And that's what I call catastrophic thinking. Catastrophic thinking. Pessimism. But thank you, though. Thank you guys so much. Go to my website. I'm going to come on again later on today. I'm going to start putting out my I'm going to send out my email campaign to everyone that's on my email list. You guys are going to get it first. My subscribers are going to get it first. These are limited edition books, okay? And it's going to be a series, a 3-part series. Okay? So right now it's just 2. It's The Contract, Life and Death by Design, and that one is ready for pre-launch. Suicide in the Soul, which is mind-blowing in and of itself. You guys can see by the title. And if you look on my page, you guys will see, that I have posted that book, and I posted the back of it and the about it and all that other stuff. And then it's going to be another book, a third part going to that book as well, because it's just so much um, to explain. Hey, Mimi. Not that I know of. And Mac. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, with that being said, guys, I am going to end this live because I have to go out and pick some strawberries. I think some of my raspberries are coming to fruition, and I have to eat some watermelon in the sun, and I have to finish marketing this book. So I have to go on the website and do some marketing so I can send out the email campaign for everyone. And I got to put this book in my group, and I'm going to be posting a link on my pages. Okay, but you guys, if you haven't followed me by now on YouTube, please follow me on YouTube. I would appreciate it. That's where I'm going to be doing a lot of my work at on YouTube. Okay. All right. So, with that being said, you guys have a wonderful day. I will see you guys later on. Maybe I'm always promising and I'll never make it through. I got to stop promising to see you guys. I got to stop promising. Penny and Nicole is about to flip their lid. I got to end this live, y'all. Penny and Nicole, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love everybody. Thank you guys for coming and joining me. I appreciate it. And thank you all for the feedback and everything. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.